end of this chapter. So here we are going to discuss a few important viruses and followed by viroids and prions. So starting with tobacco mosaic virus. It's of course the most important virus as it has been extensively studied, being the first virus to be discovered. So as you can see, it looked like a bunch of grapes, isn't it? So this particular virus, it consists of a helical pattern, okay? So see here, this is the outermost capsid of the virus, which is having small units, which are the capsomeres, and the length of the virus is 3000 Armstrong, whereas the diameter is 180 Armstrong, okay? Or in case you want to, in the questions or in the options it is given in nanometer, it will become 300 into 18 nanometer, alright? Now, next thing is that the virus inside the capsid consists of a nucleoid, and the nucleoid's nature is single-stranded RNA. Do remember this. So TMV or tobacco mosaic virus consists of a capsid which looks like a bunch of grapes because each small subunits here represents the capsomere, and on the other hand inside the capsid remains single-stranded RNA as the nucleoid, which is the infectious agent. Alright. Now to be more specific, the molecular weight of the virus is 39.4 into 10 to the power 6 Dalton. Shape is of course helical as I've told you. Now, number of capsomeres that makes up the capsid, that's important, is 2130. Okay, 2130 capsomeres makes up the capsid. RNA is single-stranded and it consists of, as you know, DNA and RNA are made up of, they are nucleic acids, so they are made up of nucleotides, okay? So the single-stranded RNA of the TMV is made up of 6400 nucleotide units, alright? So in that case, nucleotide to capsomere ratio in the virus would be 3:1, alright? So this being said regarding the first virus to be discovered, the TMV, next let us move on to a bacterial virus which is also called bacteriophage. Now, a bacterial virus or bacteriophage, it has a binal shape, okay? Shape is binal. Binal shape means something that is a combination of cuboidal and helical. So it has a cuboidal head and a helical tail. So mainly the virus, the bacteriophage, consists of two parts in its structure, that is a head and a tail, okay? Both the head and the tail lengthwise are equal, that is 950 Armstrong, okay? But the diameter is 650 Armstrong. Here we are talking about the most typical bacteriophage, that is T4 phage. For the T4 phage, it is 950 Armstrong for both head and tail, and the diameter will be 650 Armstrong, okay? Now, as you can see, the head is going to consist of the nucleoid, isn't it? Now, the nucleoid of any kind of bacteriophage will always possess double-stranded DNA. Always in a bacteriophage, the head or the head or the capsid would consist of double-stranded DNA as the infectious particle. Now, the head is going to be followed by a collar, and then further there would be a minute thin neck present. Eventually, what will begin is the tail. Now, tail will also remain covered by tail sheath, which can contract and expand. And by contraction and expansion, it can push the nucleoid, that is the genetic material, inside the host, inside the bacteria. For a bacteriophage, the host is always a bacteria. So inside the bacteria, the genetic material will enter via the contraction and expansion movement of the tail. That's how it will inject the nucleotide, that's how it will be injecting the genetic material inside the host. Alright. Now finally, after the tail remains the base plate, the end plate or base plate, and from the base plate will remain attached 6 tail fibers. This end plate and the tail fibers, they will help the virus to properly hold on to the host during infectivity, while the virus is trying to infect the host. Alright, understood? So what you need to remember here is that bacteriophage or bacterial virus, they only infect bacteria. They consist of binal shape, means cuboidal head and helical tail. That's a combination called binal. Now, the head consists of double-stranded DNA as the infectious particle, followed by a collar and a neck, and finally starts the tail. The tail will have tail sheath that will contract and expand, and finally it will be followed by a base plate or end plate that will possess 6 tail fibers, which will help the virus to properly hold on to the host while infection has to be caused. Alright, and at last the breadth of the virus is going to be 650 Armstrong, and the tail and the head lengthwise will be 950 Armstrong respectively. Alright, that's it regarding bacteriophage as well. The diagrams are very important, so all of you remember or properly understand or try to diagram is very important for the exam, so all of you properly and carefully observe the diagram and try to remember it. Alright. Finally, our two further ultramicroscopic particles other than virus, that is viroids and prions. There is nothing much details to discuss about them, but the main properties are important. Like for viroids, the discovery of viroid was done by T.O. Diner in 1971. They are smallest self-replicating particles and are mainly infectious RNA particles. See, just like under the ultra microscopic organisms, we have been discussing 3 things: virus, viroid and prion, isn't it? Virus will always have both the nucleoid, that means the nucleic acid, and protein, right? Likewise, viroid will only have nucleic acid, no protein. And prion, interestingly, will only have protein and no nucleic acid. That's how you need to remember. Okay? Virus, nucleic acid plus protein. Fine? Viroid, only nucleic acid. That mainly is RNA, no protein. And for prion, it is going to possess only protein, no nucleic acid. Alright, fine. So let's see the main characteristics then. They are infectious RNA particles devoid of protein coat, and they are obligate parasites, means they will always be causing some or the other disease. They are not going to have any other form of survival. They have very low molecular weight. They are very, very low molecular weight, single-stranded RNA. Alright? And they mainly cause diseases in plants. They don't show, or there is no as such viroid disease that has been discovered in animals yet. So we as per today, we presently we know that they cause disease only in plants, and the important plant diseases caused by viroids are potato spindle tuber disease, PSTD, chrysanthemum stunt, and citrus exocotis disease. Alright. Now, for prions, discovery was done by Elper et al. And they are, as I have told you, only proteinaceous, infectious protein particles. They have nothing to do with nucleic acids. Okay? So they are proteinaceous infectious particles and causes disease mostly in animals. Now, they will only cause diseases in animals and not in plants. That's another very important difference between the both. Important diseases caused by prions are Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, CJD, okay? Bovine spongiform encephalopathy, BSE, also called, commonly known as mad cow disease, scrapie in sheep, and Kuru disease in human beings. Kuru disease is also commonly known as laughing death. Alright? So with that, this chapter finally comes to an end. In the next class, we'll start with a new chapter, that is Plant Kingdom.